hand.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
It always seems the Mavs are able to compete for a title, Clark, but their window might be closing with some of their stars aging, namely Dirk Nowitzki.
You're exactly right, Kevin, because Dirk is the centerpiece of that franchise, has been for over a decade. They made the Rondo trade last year trying for a big finals run, but eventually they'll start to have to build for the future.
Now here's Williams. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2-for-6 start.
It makes up for a lack of speed with just tremendous effort and hustle on that play.
Davis sets a screen. Now here's Clarkson. Not a lot of room. Now Barea. He picked up 15 points in their last win against New Orleans.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring, and setting up his teammates.
Williams, that's good.
And when you look at the Mavs, they have always built through free agency, still tinkered with the roster this season to get into a position to compete. Not having any lottery picks for so long has hampered their youth and development.
Here's Davis. Darren Williams picking up that last basket. The shot by Clarkson, no good. 1:07 left to play here in the first. Matthews, no one around him. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Well, you know, with the Mavs making the playoffs so consistently, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Cuts both ways. They rarely have draft picks that help take the team to the next level, but they are in the playoffs, which is what every team wants to be part of.
And good on the basket. Book it.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Clark, shots be falling. That's for sure. They're scoring with a tremendous amount of confidence.
You went straight playground old school there, partner.
Cans the shot from the wing. Matthews has got his first points of the night.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Clarkson passes to Bogut. Here is Caspi. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for New Orleans right now, Nick Young is out there with Lance Stevenson. Then there's Green. Then it's Olynyk, and it's Smith in at the 4. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Well, New Orleans is still a relatively young team, but they play with the maturity, I think, Clark, that's beyond their years.
You know, Kevin, the average age for them last year was just over 25 years old, and the youngest team in the West, actually, to make it to the playoffs last year.
Here's Olynyk. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Here's Pachulia. Can't get it to go. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Stevenson dishes to Olynyk for the 3. Rebounded by Devin Harris.
Boy, he's got a nice-looking stroke. That almost went in.
Yeah, and a lot of times he'll still knock those down no matter how good the D is.
Now here's Pachulia. An 11-point game for him in the win against New Orleans.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
Here is Stevenson after Devin Harris's score. Outside, Green. Young from outside. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki. And Lance Stevenson picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Mavericks trail by 10. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Nick Young. That's his first foul. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Here's Pachulia. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Now here's Stevenson. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. Banked in off the glass. Mavericks trail by 10. Anderson outside. He dishes it to Pachulia. From 11 feet away. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Pachulia's got 4 points now in the quarter. Young inside. Guarded by Barea. Another miss by Young. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. It's tipped. And it's Green with the jam.
Beautiful play by Lance Stevenson. He's as gifted a passer as we have in the league.
Dallas calls timeout.
And the thing with Kelly Olynyk, he does some stuff that really helps you, and some also that will hurt. I mean, he's highly skilled. He's got the deep range, textbook positioning in terms of the post. A lot of tricky moves down there. Yet he has a hard time being effective against great athletes, which the NBA is filled with. So he's going to have to evolve as a basketball player if he wants to be effective.
Now Barea following the three-point attempt by Lance Stevenson. Rejected by Young. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Barea kicks to Nowitzki. Here's Pachulia. And finally they hit one. Pachulia's got 14.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here's Olynyk. Stevenson outside. And it's Stevenson again missing. Well, and back to Kelly Olynyk. As a coach, you have to identify the matchups where he can be effective, because Clark is against explosive, long-limbed guys. They'll take advantage of it.
Yeah, they will, but in the right matchup, he's effective. He can help you. He makes 35% of his threes, has done that for the last 2 years, and I think he gives you some toughness and rebounding as well. I like him as a second-unit player.
Now, here is Young. Dirk Nowitzki unable to get his shot to go. Stevenson passes to Young. They kick it out to Green. 4 on the shot clock. Hands it from downtown. Green's got 5 now.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
That one's good. The New Orleans lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Pachulia.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now, here is Smith. Rejected by Nowitzki. Here's the break. Ball going up court. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
Nobody near Stevenson. Off target from outside.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Dishes it to Harris. He kicks to Pachulia. Puts it up from 12. The shot, no good. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. Stevenson drives in. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
That's what I call a captivating move there. He absolutely incinerated the D with that one.
Well, you knew things would be different for Lance Stevenson out of Indiana, but it wasn't in a positive way at all.
Yeah, he really struggled to find a role with Charlotte, the team he signed with. Remember, he was more of the point forward, had the ball in his hands in Indiana. Not the case with Charlotte, and also rumored to be traded all last season.
Now, here's Olynyk. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Mavericks trail by 9. Barea dishes to Anderson. Up top, Barea. Nowitzki a screen. To the middle. Pachulia, good. Pachulia's got 10 points in the quarter.
You know, for Stevenson, he saw a progression in almost every part of his game last year. Ended up riding the bench down the stretch.
Now, here is Young. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
And for Stevenson, it's really hard to readjust to a new system. I mean, he still has all the tools he had in Indy, so he could be a bounce-back candidate this year and beyond.
Some solid defense from Harris.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling. Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
And the wide-open shot from Green. And that one goes long.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Pachulia, no luck.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
And here's Smith. To the paint. Kicks it out to Stevenson. The offensive rebound. From deep, Green. Smith, the pass to Young. Fires the three. Trying to find Green. He's got it now. Olynyk inside. He's working on Nowitzki. Stevenson outside. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Stevenson's got 7 points in the game. Mavericks trail by 9. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And the basket good. And that's now 6 points for Dirk Nowitzki.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Now, here is Smith looking for his first basket still in this one. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. With the shot. Second chance shot. It's rebounded by Dallas. They host the Clippers after this game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. A nice shot by Anderson.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Again, the miss by Green. Mavericks trail by 5. Anderson's shot is off.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Another miss by Stevenson.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
Now, here's Barea. He's got 6. Harris misses.
Well, I think he kind of alligator-armed that one, short-stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot. You know, as the season wore on, guys, the Pelicans became a matchup that nobody wanted to see. Very tough against teams and had very few weaknesses, too.
A minute 42 left here in the second, and he gets it to go. Yes. And it's 8 points for Dirk Nowitzki.
Boy, that's a really nice feed by J.J. Barea.
That drops. And the Pelicans lead by 8.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Now here's Anderson to the left side wing. Now here's Barea. He's tightly guarded. Pachulia, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Josh Smith.
And Zaza Pachulia, for my money, has been one of the toughest players in the league. He's got a boxer's mentality. Even his face looks a little bit like a boxer's. He doesn't have the quick twitch muscles of some guys, but his power and effort consistently stand out.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Charlie Villanueva's checked in for Nowitzki. Parsons comes in for Anderson. Wesley Matthews checked in for Harris. And it's Williams in for J.J. Barea. Now here's DeRozan. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Dallas.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboards, Kev, and that also was a factor.
Here's Davis. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. The Pelicans have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
Talking about Jaja's toughness, it's one of the reasons he has such a high rebounds per minute average over his career. And defending on the blocks, he's almost unmovable.
He really, you know what, Coach Kidd loves Jaja. He even started him over John Henson by the end of the season. I mean, he's always willing to trade body blows down low and certainly wins his fair share of those battles.
Here is Caspi following the score by Dallas. Left side, DeRozan. Beyond the arc. DeRozan can't get that one to fall. Inside, and Matthews with the basket on the assist from Williams. Williams has got 5 assists in the game. Clarkson dishes to Bogut. Pass to Clarkson. And it's good. But through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact. Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Outside, Davis. To the right side. DeRozan passes to Clarkson. New Orleans moving the ball around. Uncovered. Caspi with the bucket. And it's a 7-point New Orleans lead. Maverick shooting the ball really well in this game. 58%. Passes it to Parsons. Stolen by Clarkson. To the wing right side. Davis sets a screen. It's DeRozan with the drive.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
And, guys, it was a terrific understanding between teammates that made that possible. They really did read each other well there.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Clarkson with the ball. Williams picks him up. Puts up a 3. Shot's good by Clarkson. Clarkson's got 6 points in the quarter.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that. Outside,
Williams. Nowitzki right side. And again. The shot no good, a bit short.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
Left side, Parsons. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Here's DeRozan. And he finishes nicely on the layup. DeRozan's got 12.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
And the Mavericks call time here.
You know, you look at Dallas, and that team didn't rely too much on the mid-range or the short game last season, but they could have. They shot 70% from 12 feet and in, excluding drives. That's pretty good.
And that one's good. And it's 8 points for Wesley Matthews.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
It's DeRozan with the drive. And that one is stuffed right through.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
For the Mavs, and that 70% shooting from 12 feet and in, a lot of dirt, high posts, and push shots from their guards will do that.
It isn't the most efficient shot by analytics, but there is a lot to be had in the mid-range. If teams only protect the 3 and the rim, you can feast on them with the little short push shots, and the Mavs did that last season.
No good from Caspi.
It's a clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Over in the corner, Matthews. Fades. They get the rebound. Another shot, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Now, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And, guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm. And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending it.
Mavericks trail by 10. Now here's Williams. He's got 8. And it's Harris off the drive. And it's blocked by DeRozan. He's got a clear path. And he lobs it up toward the rim. The feed to Caspi. The 3. Darren Williams grabs the net.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Charlie Villanueva's checked in for Pachulia. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Outside Williams. Harris with it. 6 points for him. Williams kicks to Villanueva. Unloads from 9. They get it back. The pass to Harris. Feeds it to Villanueva. That's good. Villanueva's got 6.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Now Clarkson. He's got 14. And DeRozan. Here we go. Out to the right wing. Caspi. No good from the wing.
Not a quarter to remember as far as his offense is concerned.
Yeah, you know, he's not making any kind of impact for them at that end of the court right now.
Here's Matthews. Makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
3 for Caspi. The Mavericks pull it in. Harris has got his 3rd rebound tonight. And guys, over the last 2 seasons, Devin Harris has been a backup point guard, but one could argue that he's outperformed the guys that are directly ahead of him.
That's exactly right, Kevin. I mean, Harris came back to the team that he started his career with to be a support player, but injuries, trades, and generally poor fits elevated Harris's importance to the team. Well, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense just like that.
And Clark, the best way to get that early offense is with steals that allows you to get out of transition.
Out to DeRozan. Plenty of space. Good as the jump shot falls. DeRozan's got 18 points.
You know, getting back to Devin Harris, he can really help you. But you want to do one thing, limit his minutes. 11 full seasons under his belt. Slender in build. It's best to play him around half the game if you can.
Pelicans leading by 6. Clarkson kicks to Caspi. Pass to Clarkson. He feeds it to Davis. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. They get Devin Harris.
You know, talking about the veteran Harris, his quickness was still apparent last season, and his skill set was a good fit for Coach Carlisle's flow offense. I mean, this guy's been around a long time, and there are very few that are quicker than him with the ball.
Green, he's checked in for Casper. And Dallas with a change here, too. Berea's checked in. Parsons sets a screen for Matthews.
Wes Matthews, a hard-nosed player on the wing. Strong frame, and he really does put it to good use at both ends.
And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Pelicans.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
Yeah, and the other thing that they've done well is they've really attacked the gaps of the defense with quick, decisive drives down the lane.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. 4th, Anthony Davis.
Yeah, he had a terrific year last year, consistent, and ended up being one of the best scorers in the league.
Speaking of Matthews' strength, he really gets into you defensively.
Yeah, he wants to make you feel it. I mean, very physical. And offensively, he likes to post up and back down weaker, smaller defenders. I mean, you give him that mismatch, he will attack it with vigor.
The dish to Davis. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Bogut the pass to Davis. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, but if I can say so, it was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Smith checked in for New Orleans. Anderson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. It's stolen by Davis. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Now, here's Berea. He's covered by Clarkson. That's in, and the Pelican lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Parsons.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Williams against DeRozan. No one near Smith as he lets it go. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Goes up again, and that's 2 points on the layup. Anderson's got his 2nd bucket.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Green with a screen on Williams. Smith on the wing. From the corner. Smith missing again. Mavericks trail by 9. Anderson dishes to Berea. Doubled by Smith. Right side, Williams. Kicks it to Villanueva. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got assist number 7 for him tonight. Now, here's Clarkson. He's covered closely. Green, the screen. Clarkson kicks to Davis. Villanueva with the steal. Correa, the pass to Villanueva. Anderson right side. Outside Williams. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Clarkson kicks to Davis. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Anderson outside. There's a good screen. Barea kicks to Williams. Doubled by Smith. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
And let's take a look now. Anthony Davis's numbers. He's coming off an excellent season. 1st in blocks, 4th in scoring, and he was such a reliable option offensively, finishing in the top 10 in field goal percentage.
And there was a block party up in here last season. Woohoo! Clearly the best at what he does in that regard.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Olynyk's checked in. Clarkson dishes to Smith. And again, no good by New Orleans. Here's Barea. Good. Barea's got 8 points.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Here's Parsons, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. And now it's only a 5-point Pelican lead. 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. DeRozan against Williams. And DeRozan kicks to Green. To the left wing. Clarkson passes to Green. DeRozan dishes to Green. Goes back up. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, as cool as can be, Clark. Great focus and efficiency. That's how they built this lead.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Here's Barea. 8 points for him.
This is not a lecture, more like a message with a flow that's as hot as peppers. Pop the only way you can stop this.
Kelly Olynyk is out there with Bogut. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And it's Smith. And it's Caspi in at the small forward. That's the Pelicans 5. Dishes it to Olynyk. 5 to shoot. From outside the arc. Smith gets it to go on the assist from Olynyk. Smith's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for New Orleans. Barea, the pass to Nowitzki. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Clarkson kicks to Bogut. With the runner. And there's the call on Pachulia. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Smith. And DeRozan. Here we go.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
And we've played through about a minute here in the 4th. Outside Matthews. He kicks it to Nowitzki. To the middle. Pachulia dishes to Matthews. From 11 feet away. Here's Nowitzki. And 3 chances on that possession. But they just couldn't find a way to score.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And guys, that kind of sums it up right there. I mean, one team getting after it, hustling the rebounds, the putbacks. The other team just a step slow.
Barea kicks to Pachulia. Shot is off, and New Orleans will go the other way with it. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Back to DeRozan, jacks up a three, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by DeRozan.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Davis is checked in. Mavericks trail by 12. And here's Barea. Outside Matthews. Harris outside. And Matthews gets it to go.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Clarkson passes to DeRozan. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Bogut dishes to DeRozan. They double him with Nowitzki. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Dallas. Harris has got 4 rebounds in this game. Now, here's Clarkson, guarded by Barea. That's good.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Pass to Matthews. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Shot from 12, and that's off the glass and in. Matthews has got 13 points in the second half.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Davis sets a screen. It's stolen by Harris. And now Harris running the floor all by himself. Gets it down to single digits.
And with that speed, once he took off, the D just had no chance of getting back.
Well, I think they did the right thing. I mean, just give up the 2 points and move forward. Hey, discretion is the better part of valor sometimes. Write that one down, game players. Discretion is the better part of valor.
Matthews, and Davis sends it back. For 3. And it's DeRozan missing. Mavericks trail by 8. Outside Matthews. Passes it to Nowitzki. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And Dirk Nowitzki last season, I felt like the first time we saw real signs of wear and tear from all the years of him playing. His field goal percentage, points per game, rebounds, all off his career averages. And that said, though, he's still a crafty, dangerous guy to have to go up against.
Parsons checked in for the Mavericks. And that one's good. That's 28 points for Anthony Davis.
And such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts.
Parsons' shot is off. Pelicans leading by 8. Davis kicks to Caspi. No good with the triple.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, he can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
Now here's Barea. He's covered by Clarkson. Here's Nowitzki. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
The feed to Clarkson. From the arc. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound. Mavericks trail by 6. Over in the corner, Matthews. There's the pass to Pachulia. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Bogut with a screen on Parsons. Clarkson kicks to Bogut. Feeds it to Clarkson. Shot clock at 6. Back to Bogut. Pass to Caspi. From deep. They get the rebound. Here's Davis. Some solid D from Nowitzki.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
And they double up Davis. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that one. Last year, the Pelicans, Greg, pushed their way into the postseason. It was a neck-and-neck battle for that number 8 spot, as you recall, with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And how about the excitement down the stretch? They were able to edge out the Thunder and Russell Westbrook on that just point binge down the stretch there. And what a final day that was. A big, huge win over the Spurs let them get into the postseason for the first time under the Pelican moniker.
DeRozan passes to Davis. To the inside. Bogut, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Parsons attacking. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And as you said, I mean, New Orleans made the playoffs for the first time under the name Pelicans. Unfortunately for them, they ran into the Warriors in the first round and were promptly swept away.
And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Really opportunistic basketball there. And when they desperately needed it, timely, opportunistic basketball.
And it really couldn't have come at a better time. I mean, they've got to take even more chances on defense now. Try to get some more of those steals to start the break. And thinking back to the Pelicans playoffs from last year, let a 20-point lead slip away in that fourth quarter of Game 3. But they played better than a sweep and got valuable postseason experience for that young roster.
And it's Davis with the jam.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Man, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Mavs made the playoffs again last season. 14th playoff berth for them in the last 15 years, and only the San Antonio Spurs have made more, Greg, over that time frame.
Yeah, and they had a tough first-round opponent in the number 2 seed, Houston. A good old Texas tussle between the 2 and the 7 seeds.
Williams, he's checked in for J.J. Barea.
Yeah, and, you know, the Mavs got bounced out by the Rockets in 5 games in round 1. They were able to avoid the sweep, but losing the first 3 was way too much to overcome. He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Nowitzki, no good. Pelicans leading by 3. Caspi dishes to Davis. And they double up Davis. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andrew Bogut. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Nick Young's checked in for New Orleans. And so here is Dallas. Outside Williams. Looking to get back on track here. And it's sent back by Bogut. From deep. Young's shot is off.
And for Dallas in the playoffs, really, it didn't help to have the Rondo drama going on at the time. Even if that hadn't happened, though, you got the feel that they were overmatched against a red-hot Houston team.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting at 46%, making some buckets. And DeRozan kicks to Davis. Back to DeRozan. Here's Clarkson. And right through it goes. Clarkson's got 10 points in just the second half.
You know, I don't think that was the shot they had in mind, but they'll take it.
Williams passes to Nowitzki. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
We've seen Nowitzki playing a good game here. He's got 10 rebounds and 2 blocks.
You know what? He's getting to the line. He's passing. He's really just converting in both those areas. He has been money.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really old school basketball, and you know how that is. Certain parts of the game never go out of style. They're always relevant. and he's excelled in those areas today.
And it's Davis missing.
And they get the rebound, but guys, that's been the issue throughout the game.
Yep, and the results on the scoreboard are attributed to how they've been out-rebounded thus far.
Here's Williams. It's good, and they get the go-ahead bucket.
And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they got to figure out how to contain it.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Yes, thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle was saying to the team. He actually lit into them pretty heavily, saying, we're being way too soft on the inside. I'd better start to see some toughness and more shots being challenged. No more easy baskets. Pretty strong words, guys.
All right, Doris, thanks.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
The Pelicans trail. Bogut high post. Out to DeRozan. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
Got sloppy. In a close game, you have to take advantage of every opportunity.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're in front by 1:39 left in the fourth quarter.
We have passion, we have purpose, and we got pride. Now get up.
1:39 left to play here in the fourth. Nowitzki drives in. And that one hits back iron.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
Matthews against DeRozan. It's hauled in by Williams. Williams has got his fourth rebound in this one. Cannot hit.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
That's good from Davis on the assist from DeRozan. And that's 36 points for Anthony Davis.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Williams attacking. Rebounded by Clarkson. Guys, they're holding on to the slimmest of leads.
And they can't afford to let it get any slimmer than what it is now, guys.
Out to DeRozan. Inside. Here's Davis. It's good.
Watch out, Anthony Davis. He's caught fire.
Here are the Mavericks now.
And it's still within reach.
But they have to be really close to perfect from here on out. I mean, they have to get their offense right on target, right on point immediately.
That was massive.
You know it. He's stepping right into the spotlight there.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Now, here's Clarkson. He's guarded by Williams. And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That will be foul number 5 on him.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either, Greg. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
And the Mavericks call time here. They trail by 1. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know what? Enough time that they can run whatever play they're most comfortable with.
Definitely. I mean, they're in good shape here, in my opinion. Shot clock's off, but still enough time left on the game clock to really run your normal set here.
Outside Williams. So it's a narrow victory for the Pelicans, pulling it out for the W. What a show they put on here at home.
Well, gentlemen,
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Anthony Davis. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter. And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal.
Beautiful and vibrant Atlanta, Georgia. The capital of Georgia and our location tonight. Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We have Doris Burks on the sideline as well. A contest between conferences, Phillips Arena, Atlanta, where the Hawks take to their home floor. Their last meeting was in New Orleans, where they were unable to fight off the Pelicans.
You know, you hate to use this word, but I really felt like it was a sorry effort that they put forth on the defensive side.
Boy, that's pretty harsh from you, Greg, but you're right. I mean, too many times we saw them slow to set up and get on D or late on their rotation, and they paid a big price for it.
Now, the opening lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. We've got Davis. Jordan Clarkson is out there with DeRozan. Then there's Green, and it's Bogut in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Atlanta on D, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
You know what? A lot of three-pointers, but for me, more so, it was the shot selection on those three-pointers. I just felt like they were just too trigger-happy from downtown.
You know, Greg, sometimes you're able to shoot your way out of a slump, but they just kept making things worse. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
Here's Teague, following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Teague. They get the rebound, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play, the board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness.
Kevin and Greg, hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk, but the coaches love the rebound.
And so here is New Orleans. After the basket by Atlanta, DeRozan shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for two. DeRozan's got his second bucket of the night. Last season, Atlanta showed just how much fun a team can have playing team basketball, a complete team effort. We use that word a lot. You don't see it much in the NBA, but boy, they epitomized it, Clark.
Yeah, they sure did. Refreshing to see a team do that well collectively without a real superstar. Just a solid group that understood their roles and played them perfectly.
Here's Clarkson, following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Just 5 to shoot. From the wing, and the shot is long.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Horford's shot is good.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
The Pelicans have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game.
And, folks, it's not like the Hawks didn't have talent. I mean, they did have 4 All-Stars last year. None of them voted in, however.
Bogut kicks to DeRozan. They kick it out to Green. No good with the triple. And so it's Atlanta with it. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I was able to talk with Mike Budenholzer for just a moment. He said that one player he's really wary of is Anthony Davis, adding he can impact the game in so many ways. Defense, shot blocking, rebounding, and scoring. He's still adding muscle, and we've got to capitalize on that strength advantage at both ends. Kevin, that's the MO for any young player. We'll see how he stands up to it.
And as always, Doris, thank you.
You know, what shows you just how team-oriented the Hawks were last season was this stat. They never had anybody score more than 30 points for them in a game all season. Millsap had 30 points once early in the year.
People thought the rebounding was impressive. He got some huge boards in that game. Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And Al Horford is just a winner, guys. I mean, win 2 NCAA titles at his time playing for Florida. His teammates call him the Godfather because of how calm and quiet he is in terms of his leadership. And the mentoring he provides. It's been the same here in the NBA.
And once again off the mark by Atlanta. The Pelicans trail. DeRozan with it. His last outing with 20 points. And it comes off the front of the rim for Atlanta. They've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Teague, the pass to Horford. To the right side. And Teague, here we go. And it's sent back by Bogut. Korver against DeRozan. Davis sets a screen. Jeff Teague with the rebound.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away in.